What's really wonderful about the Gospels is you don't get a say-so who the Messiah is if you don't live what this Messiah believes and gives you faith in and commands. You don't get a say-so. Okay? If you don't get up and stand up for the commands of Jesus Christ, who you believe is the Messiah, then you don't. If I do and you don't, I get to say who the Messiah is. You don't. Okay. If you don't get up and do what Muhammad did, standing up for Jesus and the peace of Jesus and living the Lord's Prayer, and Muhammad's the prophet, you don't get to say so. I get to. Okay. This is science and technology. This is science collecting the evidence of words and meaning of words. Okay. So it's really cool. Now that we have science and technology to help monitor these activities, explain these stories, and they're not so much stories, they're explain this faith, And so it's really cool now that we have technology to collect all the evidence. You don't have a say so. I say who the Messiah is. If I say Muhammad's a Messiah, Muhammad's a Messiah. Okay. Like that time when I talked to that guy on Facebook from the Nation of Islam, well, I don't think Malcolm would say he was an apostle. And so, no, I'm the Messiah. I say who's an apostle. Okay, you don't say honorable and Louis Farrakhan ever again. Okay, that's like calling a judge who wears a robe and does things over money honorable. That's wrong. Okay? Jesus is honorable. Okay, D.T. Suzuki's honorable. Sun Yat-sen was an honorable man. Confucius is honorable. A judge who sees law governed by idolatry, money. Money's a horse, shall lie with anyone. Faith, trust, and character will only lie with those who are worthy. Don't ever call someone like that honorable. But your technology is collecting all the evidence. Okay. Now, scientists, if they want to live in a better world, they're supposed to correct people on their applications of physics and linguistics, thought, linguistics in action, right? They're supposed to correct all the egregious behaviors and putting us at, a threat of religions. But religions aren't the problem. It's corporations. They would take the religions and turn them into gibberish, just like scientists that will let the honorable judge fuck in the head tell them what to do with fake fuck money to go to Mars, to mine, so we can live longer by stem cell research and cloning. I'm uncomfortable. I'll don't worry about me. I'll be all right. Life is eternal. Grace is infinite. These people suck, and I know how bad they suck. And the technology is getting better because of people like me throughout history. D.T. Suzuki, Haile Selassie, Abraham, Joseph, Daniel. Okay. Joseph stood up to, told Pharaoh what was up, proved to him what the truth about faith in God. Daniel was the one that went in the line. You know what I'm saying? Jesus was the one that stood up to the Romans. David was the one that stood up to the Philistines. I get to say who the Messiah is. I am the one living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, not you. Okay? There's not a rotten little murdering bastard in Palestine right now that gets to say who the Messiah is. I do. There's not a rotten little murdering bastard in Tel Aviv who gets to say who the Messiah is. I do. There's not a rotten little bastard in Washington, D.C. or Santa Fe or Austin, Texas who gets to say who the Messiah is. I do. Okay? That's the beauty of the Gospels. Prove it, Jesus. Prove it, Parsons. And Rockefeller set up the conditions to collect all the evidence on technology, scientifically collected evidence about, the book of Job, a person's thoughts, words, and actions. Are they eternally faithful? What is the source of this eternal faithful person? His faith in infinite glory. Maybe we should all try to be more like him and less like the lying, murdering sacks of shit we are. Maybe so. That's not up to you anymore. It's getting to the point where the technology is going to get so good that there's going to be things, a lot of stuff they're doing. They must have some kind of well, they have some kind of bullshit in the linguistics for, when they had Obama swearing, take the word God out, and hypocrisy through linguistics, because they still think they can manipulate the technology because of what's happening with the planet, and thinking they can do this. But you can't lie to the sun, and you can't lie to asteroids, and you can't lie to the ocean. Okay, they try. They do the little carbon things with the steel, with the things in California, and burying the carbon bricks in Tennessee. That they're such murdering little. Just gotta live the Lord's Prayer. And the thing is this: their science projects are off, because the way they perceive the catastrophic things that would happen if they tried to apply the physics of the Lord's Prayer, with them being the HNICs, the head knuckleheads, or whatever you want to call it, in charge. Okay, there is no head knucklehead in charge. You teach people self-enlightenment. They lead themselves to peace. You don't need to have popular elections to have leaders tell you what to do. You just follow the examples of eternally perfect people like Job, Jonah, and myself. It's not that hard. Everybody get it? Hood gets it. Who's Hood? Well, you don't know who Hood is. Okay, Confucius gets it. Okay, Krishna gets it. So do you understand? Okay, so your imperfections are through selfishness, and the flaws that you say, those glaring flaws that you have that put us all at risk, okay, are because of your selfishness, and not because you're quote unquote human. I'm human, and I'm not selfish to the point where I put everybody at risk because I want to compete. Do you understand? Okay, so let's plug this one in. We'll see if we make another one before we go to bed. I'm going to go soak and relax. Technology, you need to get better. People using technology to mass murder, I don't perceive you getting better, and I don't think you perceive yourself getting better. I think you're in a contest. I've watched Entertainment Tonight and Sports Center, and it's Fox News and C-SPAN and the NASA Network and the Bloomberg. I've watched all your egotistical yammering and crap. It'd be nice if you could fix yourself, but maybe the technology is a way of you fixing yourself. We'll find out.